All right, welcome to the Outer Circle Inner Stillness conversations about recovery basics, integrating the disciplines of sobriety, recovery, as well as spiritual practice, because they tend to overlap and speak about a lot of the same things. So today's idea is go out and help someone. Now, some of you might hear that and say, well, I already help someone. I'm a rescuer. I'm codependent. I have these like obsessive, like helping, protecting, solutions focused pieces and parts. Yes, you do. And I'm going to say that is a good concern, because some of us will tend to help people too much. That's one extreme. Others of us will tend to like not help people at all. That's the other extreme. So obviously we're aiming for somewhere in the middle. And I'm going to say for those of us who would identify as tending towards rescuing, protecting, overprotecting, overserving, codependency, things like that, the solution is not to not help or to not participate in people's lives. The idea is to do it smartly, which means doing it emotionally intelligently. That's my long adverb phrase for the day. So when one helps or rescues or protects out of a more unhealthy codependency, compulsive mindset, the idea is that that's not a connective gesture, that's a coping gesture. I'm helping you to escape my own self. I'm helping you to try to control something in you, or to control something in my environment. And I'm using the helping mechanism as a means of avoiding my own sense of helplessness, my own internal parts, my own feelings. And that's not healthy. That's the part that can be done really compulsively, manipulatively, not connectively, overpoweringly. And that's the extreme we want to be really careful of. And so then again, on the other extreme, the extreme where I say I don't help people, that's the extreme of I only think about myself. I am seeing myself as this very hyper independent individual. Maybe I don't trust people. Maybe I don't think I need people. Maybe I can't bother to be inconvenienced by those other people over there. There can be some inherent judgment. So the idea of now helping means I need to step out of myself. I need to participate in someone else's life. I need to be aware of other people's feelings, which tends to put me more in touch with my own feelings, because once you know it, being around your feelings can sometimes be a lot and be difficult, and it can bring out a lot of my own feelings. So, and that can be a helpful discipline and a helpful exercise. So one must definitely help others. It's good. So the middle ground, the sacred holy middle, would be something like I help out of the abundance of my own heart, or I go to serve because I love you, because you're important to me, and I care about you. And it's not done from a place of lack. Like I don't need to help you to be, well, there's kind of a way in a grander spiritual sense where I need to be participating with other people and with communities to become the fullness of me. But it's not, but that's a little bit different than the sense of I need to be helping people, or I'm not a person, or I'm not complete. So there's a little bit of a nuance there. But yeah, to get out of yourself, to participate in someone else's life, as a practice, especially if this is just a regular routine that I do. I help my neighbor mow her lawn. I help my neighbor bring in his milk. When someone in my community needs to move, I show up to move boxes. When someone's sick, I bring them a meal. There's ways to make a bit of a ritual out of it, to where it's not something I do from feelings. I may feel like doing it, I may not feel like doing it, but if I'm kind of pushing myself to do it in a regular, measured, non-chaotic sort of way, there's that practice component of it. I orient my life around I am the kind of person who shows up to help people when help is required, but doesn't show up when help is not as required. So I'm not inventing tasks, and I'm not hovering over people to try to rescue them all of the time. And I'm also not doing it from a place of emotional oblivion. A healthy person can be helpful to others while still knowing their own selves, knowing their own feelings, knowing their own emotions, knowing their own needs, also accepting help. And the wisdom component is figuring out, when do I need to let someone do their own work on their own? Because that happens. There's moments like that. So this idea came out of recently. I took my sons to go help some people get ready to move their house, and so there was some sort of cleaning and weeding and packing and just some things. And it wasn't anything super grand or illustrious. I mean, we showed up for a couple hours, did a couple yard tasks, and just chit chatted a little bit. And it was great. It was great. It got me out of the office. It got us out in a beautiful October fall afternoon. We got to interact, be mobile, move our bodies. One of them had made cake, so can't argue with that. But it was a really great thing to just get out of the normal rhythm, get out of my own head, get out of my office, get into someone else's life to help and to serve. And there is something just really enlivening about this idea of showing up to help and to serve people. So that would be the recovery basic. The recovery basic to think about today is to be a helper, not a compulsive rescuer, not a codependently enmeshed anxious manipulator, not a self-absorbed, not nice person, but someone who actively values people, actively values participating in the community, and orients around this idea to where it becomes normal to be together with others. So then try that out, see who around you might need help a little bit, just a little bit, and see how that goes. Let me know how it goes. And I will hope to hear from you soon. This again has been the developing live stream for the Outer Circle Inner Stillness podcast. Short little snippet here. We will be bringing longer conversations regularly very soon. So check out our patreon.com/outer circle, and you can support the podcast and listen and share and follow and like and all of those things. Appreciate you very much, and I'll see you soon.